Morning, everybody. Welcome to Walnut Lodge Yoga Volant location. This is the 8:30 Saturday morning flow. And I want to say hi to Lisa and Corey because I know you guys are out there. I haven't been doing the good morning greetings because I'm outside and James is inside. But he shouted through the window that you guys were there. So I'm glad that you guys are there. My favorite class. Alright, so I'm hoping that we're going to make it. It's a little gray today, but I'm going to try to be outside as often as I can because it's August already. Summer is slipping away. Okay, so today what we're going to need is a strap. And actually, you don't really need anything. But I'm going to work with a strap because I have a really hard time with Hero. You probably will need like a towel or something to put your knees on because this class will be, half of it will be on your knees. And then when I do this class at the lodge, all I usually use is a block. So a block is good. And then today I'm going to use a chair. And I'm going to show a couple variations that are a little easier than the standard movements. So if you can get a chair, I just have this flimsy little plastic chair. It's not as good as the metal chairs at the lodge, but it'll work. And so this first section we'll go through it twice. And so the first time I will use the variations with the chair. And then it'll go a little slower. And then the second time we'll just go through it. And you can use the chair, or you could, not. I probably will not. So I think that's it. It's nice too if your chair is kind of light because we're going to be moving it around. All right, so let's get going. So I'm going to face this way for this section of the class, and I'm going to use this strap. Now, why I use this strap is because my hips are...
It's raining. Camera first.
Is it raining?
Yeah.
It is raining. Okay, so let's go inside. Crap! Okay, hi everybody, welcome back. So guess what happened? It started raining. I thought we were gonna at least make it through class, but we didn't. Okay, so we're just gonna pick right up. I'm inside now, and what I was talking about is this strap. All right, so I'm gonna tie it around my knees. And I'm gonna move my mat back just a little bit. So, like I was saying, for people like me that are over-rotated exteriorly, this strap really helps us find our inner thighs. And as we find our inner thighs, we have the ability to stretch the lateral line a little bit better, and we get to find our inner thighs because we really need those to come online to counteract this over rotation. And then once you can feel that, you can open the low back and the sacral area more efficiently. All right, so, but if you don't have trouble with that, you don't need it. So I'm going to put at least one fist between my knees so that when I sit back, it's not too tight. Yeah. Just don't want to cut off the circulation. All right. So the hand position that we're going to use is interlaced and then palms forward, thumbs down. So we're going to do that. We're going to come out here, we're going to put our hands on the chair. We've got to figure out what that good position is. And we're going to sit back. My chair's tilting, that's okay. I'm just going to use this to start opening that armpit line. And I'm sitting back so it's not real intense. So we're just going to fold into the hips. We're going to just breathe through that rib cage line. So this is a back bend series. The final positions and everything are really hard, but there's a lot of really good material in between. So I'm just letting my hips fold. My head is up because it's hard to talk with my head down there. I'm just pushing through. Mainly in the morning, my hips need more than my armpits at first. Now, if you don't have a chair, you can be doing this on a block. You're just a little bit lower. And then what we're going to do is we're going to push up off the chair, and we're going to make this line. So from my sit bones to my hands is a straight line. Now, what's kind of nice here is if I turn my chair around, hook my hands over the top, and then just pull back and reach my sit bones out. I can get a little bit more of that armpit line. And what I'm doing here is I'm lengthening. I'm taking my sit bones, pushing them to the back. My stomach is lifted, and I'm pushing my upper back towards this chair. So we're really just trying to pull open the spine. This is just a warm-up. Now, if I'm not using the chair, then I'm pushing and pulling with myself, which is an awful lot of work. Now my thighs are squeezing in, my sit bones are coming back, and I'm just working the line, pulling my arms back. For some people, this is the hardest part, to try to get the arms beside the ears. So folding at the pelvis, squeezing the thighs together, pushing out the arms. A couple more breaths here. And what I like to do is just push in these directions and then just kind of watch and see what happens. Usually things will start opening. Alright, that's probably enough for this. Now inhale, push yourself up to vertical. Now, we're going to lift our chest and reach our arms. But for this first round, if you grab your chair and you put it behind you. So I'm going to have to creep my feet over that little bar. And then I'm going to hold on, lean back, and I'm going to hook my shoulder blades on this chair. Now, of course, this chair is actually the perfect height. How weird is that? So I'm hooked on, my arms are kind of helping me here. I'm reaching for the seat of the chair. I'm dropping my sit bones. And now I'm just going to keep breathing and trying to push my chest parallel to the ceiling as best as I can get it. Because this whole first part is about trying to find the bend of the back bend in the hips and in the upper back. Now, it doesn't look like I'm doing very much, and I have the wrong clothes on for inside because I was supposed to be outside, so I'm kind of blending into the background. But I'm still pushing my sit bones down, pushing my hips forward, trying to find the bend at my socket. Just easy because we're warming up. I'm pulling my shoulder blades down onto the chair, and I'm breathing my ribs up. So just a couple more here. Now if you don't use a chair, then you're here. You're reaching up and reaching back. You'd like to have your chest and arms parallel to the ceiling, and it's kind of hard to see mine. So we'll be compromised visually a little bit in this first part. And then we're going to come up. Now we're going to go back down to where we were. So I'm just going to move this chair. And I'm going to not use it for this section, so I'm just going to pull my sit bones back. Squeeze my thighs. And I'm going to get as parallel to the ground as I can. Now here, what helps is if you can really roll your thighs in. Couple more. Keep rolling those thighs in. And inhale. Now we're going to pull ourselves back to sitting. All right, so now my palms are together, my elbows are together. I'm sitting back on my heels. Alright, so if I'm just sitting back on my heels, nothing is going on. If I take my tailbone and reach it towards my knees and tuck under just a little bit and pick myself up off of my legs, then I'm doing an awful lot of quad work. So if you want a lot of work, you want to lean back and keep this position. It's just shifting the work to the quads. Now we're going to use our inner thighs, we're going to squeeze, and we're going to come up. Now my elbows are still together, and I'm squeezing them together so I can feel this line through the shoulders. So in this triangle from elbow to shoulder, across my chest to the other shoulder, this triangle, I'm squeezing this line in. And my pecs are getting tired already. All right, so this is the inhale. And then on the exhale, we're going to squeeze our thighs together, tuck under, lean back, barely go down, exhale, and then inhale, push up. All right, gotta get on my blanket. And here we go, a couple more of these. Inhale, tuck under, exhale. Come on down, inhale up. And tuck under, exhale. Try to push the elbows up, it's hard. Inhale, up. And again, exhale, tuck under. Inhale, up. One more. Exhale, tuck under, squeeze. On this one, inhale up, release the elbows. It's such a relief. Interlace your fingers, palms up, shoulders back, tailbone down. All right, now we're going to try to pull open our fingers. And as you try to pull open the fingers, your shoulders are going to roll and come underneath. So we're trying to get our chest through our arms. So we're going to reach our hands away from our throat, and we're just going to try to open. Let me turn front so you can see this. Like I said, we'll do one more round of this. So here I am, this way. Thumbs are rolling out. Then I'm going to try to pull open. My chest lifts. And I'm going to reach my hands forward, and I'm going to reach my head back. I'm going to tuck my tailbone under. I'm going to feel the shoulder blades drive into my back. And I'm going to breathe here. Trying to lift the chest through the arms. Now take a couple of breaths and go down a little bit further with your head. So you feel your quads being challenged. Couple breaths there. And then slowly, we're going to pull ourselves up to vertical. Open the arms. Take them back behind you. Interlace. Stretch them to straight. Now we're going to do a slow curl of our head to the floor, trying to get our head as close to our knees as we can. So we're going to inhale up through the back of the neck. Exhale, curl forward. Inhale, up through the shoulders. Exhale, curl. Inhale, up through the middle part of your back. Exhale, curl. Inhale, feel the shoulder blades go up. Exhale, curl. Inhale, waist goes up. Exhale, head down. So you're going to try to roll to the top of your head. If this is too much for your arms, let go. Put them here, and then interlace and put them behind your head so that you're just tucking your chin and there's no weight on your head really. So I'm just pulling my chin into my chest, working my elbows forward, and getting as much stretch through the upper back as I can. then release that. Sit back. So I'm trying to go into a hero here with my feet, if you can. And then you're going to reach back with your hands, grab a hold of your heels, and then flatten your back out. So again, we're folding into the pelvis. Reaching the sternum, breathing, rolling the thighs in. And then inhale, just pull yourself to vertical. Now if you can, keeping your hands on your heels, you're going to exhale and push yourself up to camel. But if you have trouble with that, we're going to do a variation. So just push yourself up onto your knees, right? And then grab that chair that's behind you, all right? You could also have a bolster here. I forgot about that. So I'm here in this chair. I'm going to put the seat of the chair right up against my sacrum. Hands on the chair. Now just push. Push the chair forward. Keep tucking under. Trying to get more hip and quad. And then if you can, like I can get my head to the back of the chair. So I'm just going to put my head on the back of the chair. This is a passive camel. So if you're in a passive camel, you can stay here a long time. And a matter of fact, you want to, because it takes a while to let go of the quad, the hip flexor, to work the glute, to find those places. So we'll just stay here for another minute working that. If you are in a regular camel and your hands are on your heels, you can find rest in that camel. You can push up through your chest, using your arms to brace yourself on your feet. Tuck your tailbone under and push the pelvis forward. With all of these things, we're trying to take the curve out of that low back. We're trying to support that low back curve so it doesn't accentuate in any of these. So what we're trying to do is make the bend happen at the hip. In order to do that, you really have to work your stomach. Just a couple more breaths. Alright, so we're going to come out of this by pushing forward. Alright, now we're going to interlace our fingers. This is the last section of this. And we're going to put our thumb right above our pubic bone. And then what we're going to do is we're going to fold forward and try to let the fist go into our abdominal cavity. Why would you want to do that? Well, some people hold a lot of tension in their guts. So if you can take your fist and push it up and into the abdominal cavity, things will start to relax in there. So we're just going to push our hands into the abdominal cavity, fold forward. Relax. And just stay here. You can take your head down to the ground. Breathe. And then slowly release that and roll yourself up. So just come to sitting. I'm sweating. This is a hard series to do inside when it's hot. So I'm going to get my morning sweat on. All right, so we're just sitting, and we're going to sit here for a minute because you just did all of that kind of displacement in the abdominals. So just breathe nice and big, using that diaphragmatic breath so the diaphragm will push down to where we just worked. But use the three-point, use the diaphragm, but let that come up into your chest, three-part yogic breath. Just nice and big. And let that go. And then reach your hands forward, and we're going to push up into not really a down dog, kind of between a down dog and a forward bend. So feet will be a little bit wider. You'd like to get your heels to the ground. So kind of walk it back, heels down, drop your head, and then drop your pelvis. Let your knees be soft. Let your belly hang out, and just breathe here. Come down. All right. So we're going to do that whole thing again, and it will be continuous. I'm only going to use the chair kind of in the opening. I'm going to stretch my armpits on that chair, and then for the rest of it, I'm just going to do the regular sequence. In the back bends, with the arms overhead and then with the arms here with your head going back, you can take your head all the way to the ground if you want. And that's pretty difficult, but if you're able, you should do it. All right, so I'm going to just get a fast drink here because it's a sweaty series. right. So interlace your fingers, reach forward. You can put your hands on a chair or on the block. This is just the rest part. So just kind of feel where you are at the beginning of this. So my back's feeling much better, more open. My hips are easier, flexing easier. Couple breaths here. Inhale, push up. Feel that line. Sit bones to your hands. Breathe. All right, inhale, push up. Straight up. Tailbone down, stomach lift. Now we're just going to work it back. Inhale, chest goes up. Work the chest up, arms back. Inhale, coming to vertical. Exhale, reach your sit bones back. Going for that horizontal position, nice and slow. Keep extending through your back. Inhale, exhale, tuck under, forearms together. Weights in the quads, pull your stomach, inhale, up, exhale down. Inhale 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 all the way up, interlace, palms forward. Try to pull them open, reach your throat, chin, breathe, upper back. Now here is where you can take your head to the ground. I'm not getting anywhere near the ground. Not because I don't like it, but because I wouldn't be able to come up. Inhale. Back up. Open the arms. Interlace. Stretch them to straight. Inhale, up through the back of the neck. Exhale, we're just going to go down in one motion. Breathe. Inhale, release. Press yourself back. Reach your hands back. Grab a hold of the heels. Flatten. Inhale, come to vertical. Exhale, press to the camel. I'm going to do a variation of this camel. Actually, I think I'll grab my chair and use it since it's here. Push yourself to vertical. All right, now we're going to do the second kind of abdominal assist. We're going to take our fingers. I'm going to come around to the front here. So we're going to take our fingers like claws. You can see my hands, right? And I'm going to put them at the edge of my rib cage. And I'm going to fold over, exhale, and pull the ribs, pull the fingers underneath the ribs, trying to touch the inside of the rib with my fingers. And what we're going to do is, this is a diaphragm release. It's actually a massage technique that you do to another person, but I figured out that you really can do it to yourself. Here, so we're going to get our fingers ready. Big inhale, and then you gotta relax. Exhale, over. Breathe. Release. Roll up. Just sit. Breathe through the belly and the ribs. Couple breaths. Now we're going to come down into a reclining hero. If you don't want to do a reclining hero, just sit here. Let the sweat just roll off of you. So I'm going to do recline. I'm going to use my block. So if you're strapped, unstrap yourself. And just back you go. So slowly we come up. Rock yourself forward. Tuck the toes. Press back. Kind of halfway between that down dog and the forward bend. Get some weight on the heels. And then drop your belly out. Relax your ankles. And come on down. Part one, done. All right. Now the second part of this is just luscious. You might need your strap, so just have it handy. You might need a loop. Just gonna throw this over here just in case. But you don't know. You don't know till you get there. And So we're going to take our left foot and we're going to pull it in and kind of snuggle the arch underneath your thigh. If that doesn't work for you, move it out. All right, so you have to do what it is that you can do. All right, so our right knee is gonna go out to the side. Take your left hand, put it underneath your ankle and lift it up. So we're taking the leg into an external rotation. Take your right hand and grab your heel. All right, then you're just gonna stretch this leg straight in front of you. All right, right in front of your face. Now you can't see me at all. All right, so I'm gonna move it over to the side, just say a couple things. So we're really just trying to get this leg to straight first. After it's straight, you're gonna feel on the exhale a push out of the socket, and then at the end of that you're gonna pull with your hands, and you're gonna keep your leg rotated out. Take your little toe and pull it down towards the ground so you can feel the muscles on the outside of your shin work. So we're inhaling, pushing our pelvis into our legs so our back gets straight, and then exhale, push out the leg, and then pull it closer to your face. Inhale up. Exhale, push and pull. Inhale through the chest. Exhale out the leg and pull. Trying to keep your pelvis folding into your leg. Keep the leg completely straight. Now just one more big inhale. And then on the exhale, just pull that leg, even if your spine curves. So just pull it in. Feel like your knee and your head are going to come together, even if the spine is a little bit curved. Couple breaths here. And then bend the knee. Put your arm underneath your knee and the knife edge of your foot in the crook of your elbow if you can. And then just take your face down to your shin. Let that relax. You're trying to pull your foot, your right foot, towards that left shoulder. So for some people, this isn't a stretch. This is a stretch for me. So if you're one of those people that really needs a more extreme position, then what you're going to do is take your foot, push the elbow into the back of your leg, and try to take your foot behind your head. Or you can just get it a little higher. So if you'd like to do that, pull. Keep pushing with that right arm. And then inhale, release that by extending your spine and pulling this heel, the right heel, up into your left hip socket. Half lotus. Easy half lotus. All right, put your right hand on your knee, left hand behind, push down gently, and just twist away, just to pull open from that joint just a little bit. Not so much that you feel any kind of strain on the ankle or the knee. The other thing that you can do here is if you pull your pelvis into a posterior position back, you can feel that joint opening just a little bit more. And twist. Release the twist, but not the leg. We're going to come around to the right. And we're going to try to get this left elbow to the ground on the outside of this right thigh. Now, don't lift your sit bone. Keep that left sit bone down. And then we're just going to relax and try to find the stretch through this left side. Right elbow, left elbow down if you can. Push yourself up, pull that leg in, and then we're going to take both legs, stretch them front, and we're just going to beat our knees a little bit. So just little beats. And what this does is, our nerves go through our connective tissue, and we're in these folded up positions for a while. So this just helps free things if they get stuck. All right. Now take your left leg and pull it back, hero. All right, so our heel's on the outside of this thigh, the thigh's forward. Now if you're leaning too much, I'm leaning a bit, you can take your towel and you can put it under your left sit bone, or sometimes you just need just a little bit. I just need a little bit. So we're gonna bend this right knee, grab the outside of the foot, and then stretch the heel forward. So this is a variation of something we've already done, but now what we're doing is our leg is parallel, but because of the hold, we're trying to pull it into an internal rotation. The left leg is in an internal rotation. So our heel is going negative, and we're pushing. It's harder for me to get this one straight in front, because this is the thing that I work on a lot of. So we're going to inhale, we're going to push up through your head, exhale, push out your heel, and then pull with the arm. Always push out the heel before you pull in. Especially, you can't pull in unless that leg is straight. You're really trying to take the energy all the way out through that heel. So just keep working that. Inhale, up and through. Exhale out the heel and pull. Inhale up through your head. Exhale, push out and pull. Inhale, push it through your back. Exhale out through the heel and pull. Now one more. Inhale, exhale, pull. Now just keep pulling. Same thing. Just kind of relax your back a bit and then just pull that in even if your back releases from that straight line that you were working on. And then inhale, bend the knee. We're going to pull this heel back up into that half lotus. So get it up to the hip as best as you can. All right, now this right knee is going to the ground, towards the ground. Maybe it's on the ground. And we're going to twist to our left. Grab a hold of our shin and then just curl the torso down. All right, so what we're doing really here is we're weighting that left hip with the torso. And this is really for people like me that have trouble with this hero. So here we have the chance to just push gently though, you know, it's a twist. You can feel the increase in that internal rotation. You know, if you need it, you really definitely feel it. And we're just going to hang out here. And then roll yourself up. Slowly, we're going to take our legs out to a straddle. And again, just bounce the legs a bit. We're going to pull the left leg back in. Now, again, if this position is too much, you can put your leg here, or you could leave it out in a straddle. When you pull your leg in to this position, and we do this next stretch, you get a much deeper stretch through the hip. And actually, you know, we've been doing a couple stretches that kind of lead up to this. Now, some of you, this is where you might need your strap around your foot. All right, so just loop it, and you know, if you need it, you need it. So your arms are here. Inhale, push straight up, and then exhale. You're going to pull this elbow down to the ground, or as close as you can get it, right in front of your leg. And then take this arm and push it straight out of your chest. So you feel like this is going along that pec line. Now, you're going to take the lower ribs, the right ribs, inhale and push them forward. And then exhale, pull that left arm back. Again, inhale, push the ribs forward. That's taking the whole torso forward. You can feel the fold, and it really helps with this rotation. And again, inhale, push it forward, keep them there, rotate. Now take this top arm, reach up and over, and grab your foot or grab the strap. And then take your elbow and push it up to the ceiling. And try to rotate yourself underneath your elbow. Inhale. Exhale, release the twist. So you're going to take your torso, rotate it to that thigh. Now pick your right sit bone up, and you're going to slide it back. Alright, so you're going to take the whole left side forward, right side back. Feel your sternum reaching over your thigh, and then just pull. Toes towards your face, pelvis forward, go as low as you can. I like to just work this with a nice flat back. Inhale, push yourself up. And then take that left leg out to the side. And then forwards, just hang. Now you can just kind of hold yourself. You can hang. You can get your block, put it underneath your head. You're just going to release yourself over for a minute. We're going to do that whole series on the other side. Alright, so just roll yourself up. Now we're going to pull that right leg in. Sneak that arch underneath your thigh if you can. Right? Then your left leg is going to bend and put your right hand underneath the ankle and feel the exterior rotation. Sometimes people have trouble with this because, I mean, it's opposite. So my hand is underneath and And then put your left elbow on your knee, grab your heel, and then stretch that leg straight out in front of you. Extend your ankle, point your foot, and then pull your toes down towards the ground. That keeps that peroneal line engaged. You want to keep that, you want to make that nice straight line with that peroneal line engaged. All right. So now we're going to work it. Inhale, you're pushing straight up through your head. Exhale, you're pushing out your leg, and then you're pulling towards your face. Work it on your own breath rhythm. Sometimes I talk people through this. But just keep that action of up through the head on your inhale, out through the leg with a pull on the exhale. Just go as far as you can, one breath at a time. And if it's not going anymore, then just stay there. Keep those lines working and then just watch what happens. Stuff might happen, you don't know until you're there. And now just one more big inhale, and then on the exhale, just pull. See where you can get, even if you have to release your spine a little bit. Just pull it in, pull it in, pull it in. Get to the edge of what that hamstring hip line can do. Couple breaths. And then bend the knee. Left elbow under, foot in the knife edge of your right hand, right elbow, sorry. And then just pull that foot towards your face, towards your shoulder. Kind of wiggling it helps loosen this hip. And then for those of you that aren't feeling much here, you're going to take this, go higher, all right? Pull that knee back by the shoulder using the back of that arm, and then just try to get this foot to your head or possibly behind your head. So we're just going to work it. And inhale, take it down, pulling this into the half lotus. Then you're going to push down just gently on this left knee. Take your hand back around and then twist. Trying to pull the pelvis back a little bit, and then just feel the front of that left hip socket open. And then release the twist to the right, coming around to the left. Keep that right sit bone grounded and releasing over. Trying to get both elbows to the ground. And then roll that up. Pull. Stretch your legs long. And then just beat them. All right. Now we're gonna pull that left leg back into the hero, and then square yourself as good as you can. All right, maybe a little bit more. Yeah. All right. So bend that left leg. Grab the outside of the foot near the toes and then stretch forward. You can use your other hand on the inside of this if you want. I forgot to say that on the other side. I struggle with this one, so I'm just using one hand. All right, but we're going to inhale up. Exhale, push out the heel. Work it. Now on this last one, big inhale, release, just pull it. And inhale, lift up, bend the knee. And pull this heel into that half lotus. Knees reaching towards the ground, or it's on the ground. And then we're just going to curve, twist to the right, and relax down into that right hip. Breathe. I can't get very down far, but I know that some of you can actually get your head at least down to your thigh. So just keep working it in that direction. Slowly roll yourself up and take your legs out to straddle. All right. Stretch them out there. Let them beat. All right, now, some of you again might need this strap, so put this on before you start. All right, then we're gonna pull the right leg back in. I know a lot of my students have said that that's a lot of bending on that knee. It is, so, you know, adjust it if you can. If you can do it, I mean, I'm kind of a knee expert, having spent, you know, quite a few years having to deal with old injuries from high school, actually. So I'm a proponent of range of motion, right? And all this work has done nothing but help. All right, so if you can do it, do it. If you can't do it, you can't. All right, arms to the side. So inhale, push up. Exhale, right elbow down on the inside of this leg. And this arm is going straight out. So feel the lower ribs on that left side. So we're going to inhale, push the lower ribs forward. Exhale, twist. Inhale, push them forward. Exhale, a little bit more. One more time. Inhale. Push the ribs in front of the leg. Exhale. Twist. Now take that arm up and over and grab your foot or that strap and then pull your torso underneath as best as you can and breathe. All right, slowly. We're going to stay low. We're going to release the twist. So just torso first. And then pick that left sit bone up. And you're going to move it back. Move it back. Move it back. Take your right hip, push it forward, and then reach and grab your foot. Push the chest to that nice square line and breathe. Inhale, lengthen. And push yourself up. Take that right leg out to a straddle. All these forward bendings are really relaxing. And then just take yourself forward. Make sure this is passive. So I'm going to use my block. Forehead down. Breathe. Push up. Pull the legs together, and we're going to roll down into the corpse. If your chair is handy, throw your calves up on it if you want. If not, just corpse. I always like this after a lot of hip work, and that was a lot of hip work. All right, and relax. Big inhale. Reach out your arms and legs. Pull yourself down off of that chair. That's it for this morning, everybody. I hope you have a beautiful day. Thank you for your support. Namaste.